Welcome to all of our children from across the globe who are still joining us at our African adventure here at Sabi Sabi. Despite the weather, EleFun is still managing to escape into the wild and get out and about. Our goal over this next little while is to be bringing the bush to your homes. Last week we were incredibly fortunate to have found 4 big male lions, but I wonder how many of you were as sharp as Gracie who noticed the buffalo in the beginning. If you did spot the buffalo, good on you. So our goal for today is to go off and try and find that herd. When Gracie noticed the buffalo last time, she noticed that all of them had horns, and she wanted to know who was the boy and who was the girl. Gracie, that's an excellent question, and sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to tell if you don't know what you're looking for. But I have just spotted a nice big male right in the middle of the herd over there. You'll notice that the males have a really large mass that kind of meets in between the middle of the horns. We call this a boss. And when you are the boss, you generally tend to be a little bit bigger and stronger than the others. So a great way to have a look and see which male is more dominant than the others is to have a look at whose horns are a lot larger and a lot thicker. So as for the females, you can see that their horns are a lot smaller, as well as the fact that they don't have that big mass that meets in the middle of their head. They have just a little bit of hair that grows in between the horns, and they're often accompanied by a calf. Calves are their little babies. So being the incredibly large animals that they are, they can easily overheat, and they would tend to spend more time feeding in the cooler hours of the day at night time. But with the weather we're having today, we're incredibly lucky to see them out and about and feeding in the open area. So African buffalo can live in really large herds, ranging anywhere from about 50 individuals to 1,000 in some areas. These large herds are made up of females, their calves, juveniles, and other large dominant males, just as we're seeing now. So buffaloes, much like the cows that you may get at home, spend an awful lot of time sitting and chewing. They are chewing on what we refer to as the cud. So buffaloes have a really good digestive system, and what they are trying to do is extract as many nutrients from the food that they eat as possible. We call this rumination, and I know it's a big word, but really what it means is that they just chew their food over and over and over again. So even though the buffalo's day is just full of eating, water is just as important to them, and they need to drink at least twice a day. Because of the grass and the plant materials that they eat, they're incredibly rough, so water needs to be a big part of their diet. And in one session, a buffalo can drink up to 35 liters of water. That's equivalent of 9 gallons. So your SUV at home takes 15 to 16 gallons of fuel in the tank, which means that in a full day, a buffalo can be drinking whatever is in your fuel tank at home. Can you imagine having that much water? You would pop like a balloon. So buffaloes as large as these can be anywhere from 300 to 900 kilograms, male and female depending. That's roughly about 700 to about 1,800 pounds. For now, we're going to let these guys get on with their day. But before we go, we wanted to know, did you know that the buffalo was part of the Big Five? And if not, now you do. But our question to you is, can you tell us which other animals make up the Big Five? We look forward to hearing your answers. Bye-bye.